The St. Cloud Metropolitan Transit Commission Board is now called to order. Let the record reflect that Sartell and Wade Park and half St. Cloud are here. Sauk Rapids and John Lippert from St. Cloud are absent. Additions or changes to the agenda?
No.
None? Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
All right, you guys are going to be moving and seconding all.
We'll have to remember who did what.
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries. Consent agenda items 5 through 8.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, discussion, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries. Open forum. Anybody for open forum? All right, seeing none. We will then move from open forum to general business. Item number 9, 2019 pay equity report.
Good afternoon. We, back in February, brought to you our initial pay equity report, which was due, we submit them every 3 years. At that time, we had shared with you that we were not compliant based on the report that we saw, and we would wait for response from our coordinator. We received that response in January. It's considered a first notice of non-compliance for not passing, July. We received the response in July. The first notice of non-compliance for not passing the statistical analysis test. And that first non-compliance ruling entitles us to make any necessary adjustments to salary and then resubmit. In the time that we submitted back in February to current, we have revised some job descriptions, had those job descriptions re-rated, which resulted in some pay changes. We've created some new job descriptions. So when I reran the pay equity report with all of that new data, we are in compliance. So I received confirmation from our pay equity coordinator confirming that we are in compliance, and we just need to resubmit our report. So I just need approval from the commission to submit the second report.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Item 10, Resolution 2019-08, authorization to purchase 5 Class C 400 CNG low-floor paratransit vehicles and 3 Class 700 CNG fixed-route vehicles.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is basically kind of a housekeeping item. We need to have a resolution approved in order for the grant to be finalized. These buses were on the CIP that you approved. The prices are all the same, so this is just more or less a kind of final item for the application process.
Okay.
Move to approve resolution 2019-08.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution is adopted. Item number 11, revised resolution 2018-09, authorization to purchase 9 Class 400 CNG low-floor paratransit vehicles.
Commissioners, this MnDOT's a little bit behind because they're just finally approving this and not going through all of the items on their application process for this purchase from last year, actually. They noticed that in the initial resolution, it said that we were going to receive the majority of the funding through MnDOT. They actually changed their funding source so that the funding source is actually through the FTA, no change in the dollar amounts, but because it's through the FTA and not MnDOT, they need us to change that wording in there. So we just kind of more generalized it. Again, no change to the dollars, but in order for them to finalize that grant, which they haven't done yet, we need to have that.
Which we already have the money for. What if we don't approve it?
Take it away. We'll hold money.
So moved.
Take over. Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Department update.
Good afternoon. I'm going to turn this so you can see it.
here, and I gave him a copy of. You see that all right?
Yep.
All right, so just giving a little update on Dial-A-Ride. Okay. Is it moving? It's not moving there. Okay. Should.
There you go.
So just looking at our ridership, I compared the last 5 years, just from October 1st to July 31st. We're looking at the same time frame each of those 5 years. At Dial-A-Ride, we're trending, and we're seeing a 10% increase this fiscal year compared to last fiscal year's October to July. So just showing you that.
What's driving that? No pun intended.
Yeah,
You know,
pretty
that-
soon nobody's
that would
gonna be
be-
driving it.
What's operating
Dial-A-Ride
that?
is the service provider with disabilities that prevent them from being able to ride the fixed route bus. So we always have more people applying for the service. People are living longer, people are aging in place, so I would expect to see Dial-A-Ride use continue to rise.
Okay.
Do you see that being more of a trend in that in the future we'd buy more Dial-A-Ride buses than we'd buy other buses?
We buy buses based on what our need is.
Would the fleet get smaller, physically smaller, but not?
Right, you know, we could see that happen. Depending on what Connects does, that might alleviate some
Yeah.
of that. Obviously, Dial-A-Ride is a much more expensive service to operate, so we hope that that's not the case. But hard to tell at this point, but definitely a possibility, yeah.
And we do have the community outreach and the travel training, so they do the assessments for people, so not everybody is certified to ride all the time. We have a lot of conditional, just winter time certifications to try to match people to the best transportation, but we still see an increase even with travel training and seeing if people are able to ride sometimes, but not all the time, so that kind of
Sure.
frees up from everyone using it all the time. So just kind of looking at where our busiest times are, we see during the weekdays between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. And actually, when I looked at it, this peak here is about 15% of our ridership is just in that peak. And if you add up all these times, it's about 14%. So it's just kind of interesting that that 1 hour has as much as that
Yeah.
area. That was kind of interesting to me.
Seems like that would also be in line with clinical hours.
Yep, we can see, we have some groups that are leaving, we have a lot of medical
Yeah.
appointments at that peak time. And our medical appointments are like people schedule to be picked up to go to the doctor, and then they leave the end time open because they don't know when their doctor appointment is, and so they're calling around that time for pickups. And on Saturday, we got 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., which you can see it's a lot of the day, pretty busy. It's the busiest. And then on Sundays, our busiest time, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you can see in that morning time is a lot busier than in the evening on Sundays. Church crowds.
Yep.
So looking at our service area, with the new Tech High School and the new Sartell High School, Dial-A-Ride will be serving those areas just like Fixed Route does. You can see in that lower grid area, that's the new service area that's being expanded to serve the Tech High School. And then what you can't see on this map is we will be serving the Sartell High School and the Oak Ridge Elementary on weekdays the same times as Connects. And just like Connects, it's just serving those schools, so people traveling from the service area to those schools or from those schools back into the service area, not the space in between. And we are getting new buses since you just approved those items. So we have
Could have really
5
wrecked your presentation there.
5 additional buses for this year. 2 are in service now. We have 3 of them that are getting ready to go into service when we install the technology and the graphics and all of that. And then slated for 9 replacement buses, meaning those will be replacing older buses for fiscal year 19, and 5 replacements for fiscal year 2020. Other updates, we recently updated our software to a newer version of the same software, and we have street routing, which the company says that will help improve schedule accuracy. So it kind of works more like how your Google map estimates your drive time versus looking at it
Yep.
not by street. And then our dispatchers are having refresher ride scheduling training this month. And then in September, the software company will be coming on site and they will be providing additional training on their software for our street supervisors, myself, who are new to it, and then some more advanced training and refresher training for our dispatchers. So that's what's new in Dial a Ride. Just quick, give you a little.
Thank you. Other updates?
Yes, Commissioners, I asked Nate Manager, our Marketing and Communications Manager, just to spend a couple minutes just to talk about our 50-year celebration. As we get closer to the date, Nate and his team has been working diligently and just planning for that days of events. And the week of events has, well, let me shut up because I don't want to steal his thunder.
Steal it.
Well, with that, Nate, you want to come up to the stage or sit from your seat, stand from your seat?
Sit right here.
Sit right here.
That's all right. Good afternoon, Commissioners. I just want to give you a few quick updates about the 50 years of service anniversary coming in October. The big news is that we have decided to do we're calling a free ride weekend, Friday through Sunday of that weekend. We decided to add Friday so that folks that ride the buses on weekdays get some of that action, and Saturday is the event, Sunday is the actual anniversary for Metro Bus when we started service on the 27th of October in 1969. So we decided to do a full weekend, try to really show our thanks to the public for 50 years of supporting Metro Bus and for riding and all that good stuff. So that's the big news. We also are going to have an open house on the Saturday, the 26th, prior to the event that you're looking at in your hands. But we're going to do an open house from 1 to 3 in the afternoon, open to the public. We'll be sending out some invitations to folks about that and kind of broadcasting that. So if people are welcome to come look at our facilities, see all the new buses. We'll kind of do tours of operations, mobility training center, and the transit center, and let people come and we'll see where their tax dollars go to, and hopefully encourage people to use the service as well. They see the new buses and stuff. That's their first time experiencing the buses and people that run Metro Bus. I think that'll be a good chance to share that with the public. And then just the last part is what you have in front of you, the employee event and the evening of the 26th. We got the little pins that are attached. We'd love it if you guys would wear those as much as you can. Show off our 50 years of service logo and kind of show support for the employees that provide the service. And I think we'll think that's going to be a good time that evening, and really a thank you to everybody that does the hard work on the ground to make Metro Bus move. So that's about all I have. Any questions on that?
What's the entertainment?
It's a secret.
The secret. We're closely guarding this and try to build excitement naturally that way.
So we'll let you know if it was entertaining or not then.
It'll be entertaining. We hope it's also entertaining in a good way.
Do we have some resolution that we're all signing? Is that somewhere?
Alright, so next month I'll give
Yeah.
a bigger update about it, and then, yeah, we talked about doing a joint resolution.
Very mayors.
The cities.
4 of us anyway.
Yep.
No, that's great. Sounds good.
Kim's got a question.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, is the open house gonna be here?
Yep, we'll
Okay.
be at all 3 facilities.
How are the people that are transit dependent that use fixed route going to get here?
We will run a shuttle from the transit center prior to, and then part of the tour will end at the transit center, so people can alight there and go about their business. Otherwise, we'll run a shuttle at the beginning and the end of the event for anybody that needs it.
Okay, can that be super well advertised?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Yep, we'll put that all out there as we get a little closer, but absolutely, that was a question that came up early on in the process with our committee. we don't have service to this actual facility, so how are we gonna accommodate those people that use the bus, that are gonna wanna, they're the ones that are most interested in it, so, yeah, that's, I appreciate you bringing it up, and we're on it.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you.
Good. Sounds fun. Very good. Any other?
That's all.
That's all. Well,
Move to adjourn.
Second.
this move and this, we don't have discussion on German, so. It's just so fast. So all those in
No,
favor,
no.
signify by saying it. And then we'll have the open forum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 16 minutes after.